Hi guys, sorry I haven't posted in a while. On January 14th of this year, I was returning from an archery hunting trip by myself, and I ended up getting into a vehicle crash. Uh, the situation was, and I do have front and rear dash cam. But anyway, long story short, it's a two-lane road, and people park on both sides of the road. So you can't see if anybody's trying to cross unless if they stick their head out. Well, this person decides to 28, 30, maybe in his 30s, no older than 35 years old, runs across the road as fast as humanly possible, and he is in my lane. I'm doing 27 and a 25 as per my GPS dash cam. I know I don't have enough time to stop. I am maybe less than 20 feet from this guy. At 27 miles an hour, an SUV is not going to stop that fast. So I instinctively swerved to the right, strike a truck, and it totaled my vehicle. Um, they say that people in healthcare and EMS, first responders, are always stubborn. Um, like 2 years ago, I was diagnosed. I had 7 blood clots. I knew the day when I woke up and I had sharp pain in my groin. I knew exactly what it was. I knew it was a blood clot, but I put it off for an entire week, thinking it would go away, knowing in my mind that it wouldn't. Um, knowing that it wouldn't. Um, but anyways, I went in the following week, and then they put me on medication instead of doing surgery because I had like a three-quarter blockage of my femoral artery. I had 4 other blood clots in my left leg, and one blood clot in each lung that were small pulmonary embolisms, but they did not cause any damage. So they put me on a medication called Eliquis, which is a kind of like a clot buster clot. Uh, it, it, not really a clot buster, but it busts them up and prevents them. So I'm on that daily now. Been for 2 years now. But anyway, getting back to this, I'm usually stubborn, and I'm the type of person that's all right. Let's get back. Let's get everybody back. You know, the medic unit's out here. The police are out here. Police ask for my driver's license, insurance, hand it to them. Medics are checking me out. Police hand my stuff back to me. Um, and I'm getting ready to sign the release form so this medic unit could go do something more important because I only got hit by an airbag. And when I was about to put pen to paper to sign my name for a release form, I remembered being stubborn about my blood clots in my leg, and I took a huge risk. If one of those had broken loose, it could have killed me. So I stopped writing my signature, crossed it out, and I crossed it out, and then I did go to the hospital. Um, I don't remember. Um, I do take um, Xanax 1 milligram 3 times a day. That's why it's shown as positive. But they tested me for amphetamines, benzos, weed, cocaine, fentanyl, Vicodin, methadone, morphine, oxycodone, um, all negative. Uh, they tested me also. Where's it at? They tested me for pretty much everything when I first came in. You could see what my levels were besides my potassium, my glucose, and my calcium. Um, everything was super high. My EGFR, they say it should be above 60 milliliters per minute. Uh, if you ask anybody else, it should be above 90. I'm not sure why Geisinger says 60 is sufficient, but I was at 11. My creatinine levels were 6.3 at the time. My BUN level was 45. My kidneys were working at 10% of what they should have been instead of the normal 95 to 100. For my age, probably 100% they should have been working at, but they weren't. My sodium was low, my chloride was low, my bun was low, was super high. My EGFR was dangerously low. I was read my last rites. I don't remember. I only remember bits and pieces arriving at the hospital, and then bits and pieces from the following morning, and then clarity came the next day. I don't know if it's because of the toxicity in my blood, but we found out what the reason was on why this happened. It was a combination of two things, which I will tell you about. And like I'm going to show you here, we'll just duplicate this page so that way we go back to this one. They also did, well, they did the toxicology. That was that one. They did an ethanol test here somewhere too. Yeah, to see if I was drunk. I wasn't drunk. I wasn't drinking or anything like that. My CBC was abnormal. I didn't even look at that. My hemoglobin was low. My HCC was low. Um, and everything else kind of seemed in normal range for my CBC at least. But when your kidneys are failing, your CBC usually isn't a great identifier. I haven't even looked at this one. I had blood in my urine, small amount. Protein in my urine, value 30, abnormal. Um, Hyaline cast urine, value 1 through 4, abnormal. Not sure exactly what that means. Specific gravity was normal, and the urine pH was normal. I'm looking at some of these at the same time you guys are. ANA, dsDNA antibody interpretation, dsDNA antibody value. Normal's less than 20. I was 0.7. ENA antibodies. So I wasn't fighting any bacterial. I think that's what that means. But we're going to go through the abnormal ones. The comprehensive metabolic panel. They took it again. My creatinine reached a 6.6, which was the highest. My BUN was 47. My EGFR hit low 10. I believe that's the output of maybe of the kidneys and how well they're working. But I was told that, and I hadn't eaten all day, so I don't know how my sugar was 149. I don't have diabetes. I'm not a diabetic. But they did start an IV of normal saline, so that's why you see my sodium levels come back up, and everything else kind of fall into place except for the kidneys because I was in kidney failure. So let's get to insurance. We pay all this money for insurance. I had an SUV that was totaled in this accident. I bought it 15 months, not even 15, 14 months prior, and like a week before, 2 weeks before, about 2 weeks before, I had new tires put on. I have a friend it's a general manager at a Coast muffler where I live, and he gave me a decent price on tires. I got 4 brand new all season tires for $486 installed, mounted, and balanced. Insurance wants to give me $17 per tire. So I complain about that and I tell them I want more. They're brand new. They have 97 miles because on the, and I have it here somewhere, uh, it has the mileage right on it of what the mileage was when they put the tires in, and they know the mileage when the vehicle, when the accident occurred. There were 97 miles on my tires. They were brand new, and they want to give me $17. I send them the receipt for the tires in the hopes that they'll give me more money for them, being that they're brand new and they're worth more than $17. Well, the insurance adjuster said no. We're still going to give you $17. So I spent quite some time in the ER, then the PCU, and then regular part of the hospital. I became a regular there. I got to know many of the nurses. But anyway, yeah, insurance is trying to screw me. There's this guy that I could hire. He costs $450. But what he does is he used to be an insurance adjuster, but now what he does is he fights for people that get in accidents, and he helps them get more money for their vehicles. My sister was hit by somebody that was turning, and they had a fifth wheel trailer, and this guy wasn't familiar driving a fifth wheel trailer with a pickup truck. He thought it would have the same turning radius as a boat, where wherever the truck goes, the boat goes. It's a little bit different with the fifth wheel because the pivot point is the middle of the truck in the back of the bed. So he crushed with the trailer my sister's Tesla that she drives, and totaled the Tesla. It was totaled, and she had to fight with the insurance company as well. She used this guy. This is a year and a half, yeah, about a year ago. She used him last year. He was $400 to hire, but got her an extra $8,000. Now I don't own a Tesla, nor would I want to. I just don't think electric cars are there yet. But to each their own. No offense to anybody out there that has electrical cars. If you do, good for you. Good for the environment. Just not my thing. So she got a new Tesla because the gentleman was able to get her an extra $8,000 for her total vehicle. On my vehicle, I had not only the almost $500 worth of tires, I had a custom mounted 10-inch Android head unit that came with the molded dash piece to it. So I just couldn't remove the radio out of the car because I'd have to take a large section of the dash with me. That's how it's made with newer vehicles these days. It comes with the dash piece. So $220 there for the Android head unit. Backup camera. I put a Class 3 trailer hitch on with a locking hitch pin. I had a cargo carrier because I was archery hunting. The cargo carrier was on there, and somehow it got dented and smashed in, even though nobody hit me from behind. But yeah, so I don't know how that got bent at 27 miles an hour, but I guess when you're going from 27 to 0, metal tends to bend. So the Class 3 trailer hitch, I believe, is like $250 for the vehicle. I put it on myself. That's why it wasn't more money. I had the cargo carrier. I think that was around $220, and it was like $30-$40 for the locking hitch pin. I got a nice one, and then the anti-vibration plate because the cargo carrier was 3/4 inch or inch and a half, and compared to the 2-inch receiver that you would have on a Class 3 trailer hitch. Anyway, it had to be converted, so you needed the anti-vibration plate, or that cargo carrier would just vibrate going down the road like crazy. It was going to be coming up in 4 days anyway, because the 19th was the end of the season, and it was the 14th. I think it was going to be my last time out hunting, regardless. But I was heading on my way back from my hunting trip, and the accident happened. Um, and now I'm getting screwed over by insurance. So I did start a GoFundMe. Um, Donations would be nice. I'll put the GoFundMe information in the description, but I'll also pull it up on my phone here just to give you, just so I could write out what the copy link. Let's open up Samsung Notes so I could give you guys the GoFundMe link. It looks like they give me a different link every time I ask for one. Alright, so let's just open up a notepad here. I know I have some open. Let me select. Alright, so let's just open up Notepad. Grab a brand new notepad here. Font. Let's put it at 28. Alright, so the GoFundMe is https:// So it's secure. The S means it's secure. If you see http:// means it's a non-secure site. So it's GoFund.me/611 CC 3856 is one that you could use. Now we'll go to it. We'll open it up here, so that way you guys could see it. It has the title and it has my story, which I will go over, and then I will post this video. I know it's getting late. It's 11 o'clock. But yeah, I'm on a strict renal diet for what could be a decent amount of time. I have to drink between 60 and 90 ounces of water per day, which I hate water to begin with. But they said I could use sugar-free Crystal Light, which is what I've been putting in my 30-ounce Stanley, so I could keep track every time I drink a full Stanley. I know I get 30 ounces, so if I drink 3 of them, I know I'm good. If I drink 2, I know I've at least hit what I need. So here's the GoFundMe. The title is Help Tom Recover and Get Back on the Road. I started this a little bit ago, but I'm going to read it to you here. I'm going to read the story. On January 14th, my life changed in ways I could never have imagined. I was driving home from an archery hunting trip when, out of nowhere, a man in his 30s ran across the road, darting from behind a vehicle on the left directly into my lane. I was only going about 28 miles an hour, 27, 28. But there was no time to stop, and there really wasn't. Faced with the choice of potentially killing someone or trying to avoid him, I instinctively turned the wheel to the right and struck a large pickup truck, and it stopped me immediately. Emergency service and police arrived on scene. I spent 15 years of my life working on a medic unit, so I understood the process well. I was not charged with any crime. I received no tickets. Other than having been hit by an airbag before in my life, I felt okay at the time, which I absolutely did. And like I was telling you earlier, I nearly signed the ambulance refusal, but something told me I should just get checked out anyway. That decision there saved my life. What initially looked like a bad car accident actually turned out to be a blessing in disguise. At the hospital, doctors discovered I was in near complete renal, which is kidney failure. I don't remember arriving at the hospital the first 2 days afterwards. I mean, the first 2 days are foggy. Um, I don't remember the first 24 hours. After that, I could piece it together in my mind. My condition was so serious that my family flew in from Florida, Georgia, and other places around the country. And at one point, a doctor told them I had been read my last rites by the hospital priest. Um, yeah, they did not think I was going to make it because I was declining. I was not getting better. I was declining. Even with an IV, pushing all types of meds. They did immediate tests to make sure there was no drugs or alcohol in my system, which you saw there wasn't. I was totally healthy. The medical team debated emergency dialysis, a kidney biopsy, and even having a family member, uh, such as my sister, on standby in case of transplant became necessary, even though she gets like 2 kidney stones a month. Ultimately, they determined the cause was extreme dehydration compounded by ashwagandha gummies I had taken. They were several years old. My sister had gotten them for me because they're normally like $20, $25 a bottle. The Goli ashwagandha gummies. I didn't put the brand name in here just for, I don't know. I didn't want to put the brand just for getting troubled by them or anything like that or call them out. Um, but they were several years old. They were $4 a bottle. And I'd taken more than the recommended dose, believing that they'd lost potency. I mean, they were 3 to 4 years old. Um, so I thought they lost their potency, and they are really delicious. They taste like regular fruity gummies. I mean, they taste great. So in a matter of, I'd say, 9 days, there's 60 to a bottle. I had a bottle and a half, so I had like 90, so about 10 a day on average, maybe a little bit more. I'm not sure. I'd even open the bottle when I returned back home from the hospital to count how many are remaining in the second bottle. Um, but apparently they had not lost their potency because taking too much ashwagandha, even though it's a natural occurring medicine in the world and it's holistic, it can fucking kill you, and it almost did. Um, the doctors told me plainly, if not for the accident, I would have gone home and passed away in my sleep. So someone was truly watching over me on that day. Like I said, today I'm on a strict renal diet, drinking 64 to 90 ounces of water daily, and I'm facing ongoing follow-up appointments and monitoring. Like I said, I had blood work Friday. I got appointments Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll be sharing photos of my lab results as part of this campaign, which I believe you can see here how low my EGFR was. I don't know. So here's my EGFR. Mine was 10. So I was in the chronic kidney disease. I was in the red. You don't want to be in the red because the red means red means dead almost. It means dialysis maybe for the rest of your life. It's not good. And here you see my creatinine level at 6.6, my bun at 47, and my EGFR is at 10. My kidneys were working at 10%. Their regular rate. So toxic blood was just building up in my body. Dehydration was from hunting. I didn't drink that much when I hunted all day. My creatinine levels are still high. They have not leveled out yet, as you see. Everything's improving. Thank God. I'm on the right path. But as you can see, it topped out at I want to say 7.2 or 8. It was super, super high. Like I said, when your kidneys are not functioning, all these levels of creatinine and the BUN, your bun levels, they go up. Like look at it was all the way up to 50 at one point for a good amount of time, and then slowly coming down. And this is the only one that hasn't changed. Even with the most recent one, my BUN is still just kind of leveled out and not back in the green yet. So, and there's my car, my Mitsubishi, with 4 brand new tires on it. And they totaled it, which is kind of crazy to me. So I don't know. I'm asking if you just search for "Help Tom Recover and Get Back on the Road." Like if you copy that, "Help Tom Recover and Get Back on the Road." If you go to GoFundMe, GoFund. Let me spell it right. GoFundMe.com. Right? If you go to GoFundMe.com and you hit the little search icon right here, and you paste in "Help Tom Recover and Get Back on the Road," you'll see me right here. A lot of other people help Tom pay his medical expenses. I mean, I burnt through my savings with Uber on getting to where I need to get to because most of my family members live out of state. I have one family member here. When she's available, I'm able to get a ride. If not, it is Uber, back and forth. I've only raised 25, so I'm hoping you guys can help me gain some traction. So it's this one right here: "Help Tom Recover and Get Back on the Road." You could search either there, or you could go to this link right here, or you could search for the blue smashed up car. It should be under emergencies. Trying to reach a goal just so I could add to the dismal insurance money that they're trying to pay out. So all I'm asking, I'm not even asking for money. If you could donate, donate. If you can't, do not worry about it. What I do ask of you, if you can donate, is to post this to your social media to help me out to try and get me to where I need to be, so that way I can get to my appointments, get to my blood draws, and because in the span of 8 days from Friday to, well, actually, yeah, 7 days from Friday to Friday, from this past Friday to Friday, this Friday coming up, 4 appointments. So that's 8 trips by Uber, when you think about it. So think about that for a moment. That's a lot of money just coming out. So let's try and get this number raised up a little bit. Share it on your social media. It's donation protected. But I included my labs. There's nothing that I'm lying about with this. You guys already know my name, so I'm not even gonna try and care about hiding it. But that's what you have to search for right here. And I'll also put it in the description of the video. Thank you guys for listening to me rant. I will have plenty of time on my hands to put some videos together for you guys in the coming days and weeks. So I look forward to that as I recover, slowly but surely. And I know I don't say this, but I'm wearing a cross, and I bought a second cross that should arrive tomorrow, because I believe this was divine intervention, because I was 10 minutes from home, 12 max, maybe 15 with traffic. Let's say 15. I was 15 minutes away from home, getting home, laying down, and not waking up ever again. No more videos. Maybe some of you would be happy that there'd be no more videos. But yeah. So if you guys could post this to your social medias and do whatever you can, you could remain anonymous donors. It doesn't matter. I don't need to know where the money comes from. I just need you guys to share it so it gains some traction, and I'm able to make my appointments and eventually get a car and get back to work. Um, because that's the ultimate goal here is to get a car, get back to work. Um, I literally just paid my car insurance for 6 months, um, and I don't even have a car. So, uh, well, I technically I still do have a car. I have the title. I haven't signed it over yet because I haven't agreed on a number yet because they haven't got me a number that I like. But I'll put the information in the description on where to go for the GoFundMe. Thank you for listening to me and listening to this story. This is a real life story that happened to me on January 14th. And it is February 8th right now. The Seahawks just won the Super Bowl. Sorry if you guys didn't watch it. They won convincingly 29-7. So it was pretty lopsided. Just kind of hoping Drake May and the Patriots, even though I hate the Patriots, I just don't care for the Seahawks. I was kind of hoping for Drake May. I hopped on and I did buy a couple of his rookie cards that were cheap on eBay. Um, his 2024 rookie cards for like $1.25 a piece. Because they'll go up in value now that he's gone to a Super Bowl, and it probably won't be his last one because New England's with Mike Vrabel's got a good defense. So once Drake May settles in, he gets more comfortable with the quarterback position. Um, I think he'll get better, like Mahomes did. Uh, so that's all I have for you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and if you can, donate $1, $5, $10. Um, Anything you can, any little bit helps to get to the goal. So thank you very much, and I usually never ever say this uh, because I was a science believer. But God bless you all, and have a great evening, and I will have another video up for you guys soon. All right, so take care and God bless.